A Twitter user with the username @Lasemoye has described the last moment before the death of Wari Diaso, a medical doctor at Lagos Island General Hospital, Odon. Diaso had died on Tuesday after an elevator she was in at the General Hospital fell from the 10th floor. The deceased was said to have been on her way to the ground floor to pick up a food delivery from a dispatch rider when the incident happened. Moye, who also works at the hospital, said she was standing in front of the elevator and pressed the open button, but didn't enter because she was on a video call. She said it wasn't long after that she heard a big crash to the floor, which made the dispatch rider who brought food for Diaso run out of the building. The doctor said someone then raised the alarm that Wari was in the elevator, adding that they immediately began seeking help to bring her out of the elevator. They tried to use rods to open it. To be sure it wasn't a joke, they finally opened it and the sight was gruesome. Muffled sounds of excruciating pain and agony became apparent, she wrote. Her forehead had a horizontal cut, her mouth had another one, and she had raccoon eyes. She was lying in between the base of the elevator and the ground floor, with the engine hanging over her head, which meant any miscalculation in movement, she would be crushed to instant death. She was literally sandwiched in between the hanging engine and below the ground floor with blood on broken glasses and fractured limbs. It's not a sight to describe. Help came after 40 minutes. The deceased colleague said engineers were called to dismantle the elevator, noting that it took almost 40 minutes for them to arrive. She wrote, "I remember telling her to relax, that help was coming. She said, 'Don't tell me to relax, tell them to get me out of here.' We eventually got her out and she kept saying she thinks she'll die," she wrote. Emergency care was almost zero, and inside the hospital for that matter, there was no blood in the hospital. Meanwhile, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has vowed to thoroughly investigate the tragic death of a medical doctor, Wari Diaso, who lost her life due to a mechanical failure within the elevator at the doctor's quarters of the General Hospital, Odon, Lagos Island. Sanwo-Olu, who described the death of Diaso as devastating, empathized with the deceased family. "In light of this tragedy, I have taken immediate action to initiate a thorough investigation into the case of the mechanical failure. It is my sincere commitment that this investigation will be concluded with utmost transparency and fairness, leaving no room for any biases or favoritism. I was deeply saddened to hear about the tragic loss of Dr. Wari Diaso, a dedicated medical professional whose life was taken due to a mechanical failure within the elevator at the doctor's quarters of the General Hospital on Lagos Island. It is distressing to think that such a promising young doctor had a life cut short in such a devastating manner. As a parent myself, I cannot help but feel the pain and sorrow that Dr. Diaso's loved ones must be experiencing during this difficult time. My heart goes out to our parents, family members, friends and colleagues who are grieving this profound loss," the governor revealed. He also sympathized with the Medical Guild, the Nigerian Medical Association, the Medical Guild and all doctors in Lagos State. "I extend my deepest sympathies. Losing a fellow, a healthcare professional, is a tremendous loss for the entire medical community." He made this known.
Fellow citizens of Nigeria, my name is Just Adeto. First of all, I'd like to sympathize with the family of Diaso Ogene, and I'd like to sympathize with the Nigerian Medical Association for the loss of one of your young, vibrant, beautiful, promising medical doctor who just lost her life due to negligence. It is so bad and it's so painful, but one thing I always tell we citizens is the only thing that we have as citizens is our voice. Nobody should be subdued, nobody should be compressed, nobody should join any form of fraternity that you will swear oath of allegiance that you people would not be able to speak about the ill treatment of the government on citizens. You go to hospitals, you see things that you should speak out and voice out about, but because you have sworn oath of allegiance, they are not able to talk. They see a lot, they undergo a lot of maltreatment, but they are not able to talk. Legally, this issue has to be addressed. We are in a generation where people need to lend their voice and continuously speak. The government should not see people speaking as against them, rather as a checkmate on them. because this is a composition of rogues and thieves and people who they will do everything to loot public funds. Now, please, I want to beg you, citizens of the Federal Republic of this country, particularly in Lagos State, if you know that truly you are a mother, you only help me with one. Either you are going to pray or you are going to swear. One tí èpè ará ọba mọ́yàn, tí ọ̀sán ọba já ẹ̀, ó lè la èpè ajo alẹ́ kọjá. Àwọn aláàfáà àtàwọn pásítọ̀ tẹ kó jọ, tó máa gba àdúrà, tó máa ń bá yín re, ẹjọ́ continue. You people have an agency that is in charge of this. Ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run politician. You people should fear God. But you see this one, anywhere we will follow people back on this case. If you are a medical director, no sleep, oh. If it does not affect you today, every day na die. If you don't die of talking, you will die of medical negligence. You will die of corruption. One thing will keep us for this country if we continue to keep quiet. And me already láti bá yín dákẹ́. Me already láti bá yín dákẹ́ because my child can become a victim tomorrow. This country, we are in it together. That this Nigeria will not be great.
She was an hardworking medical house officer. Very diligent. How much she have to die like that? How much is an expense? After 48 hours, the investigation is going on. We would like it to be public as it can, so we can all see. We are familiar with the bureaucracies of the government. We want to know what is being done. Yes. And after 48 hours, what should after the 48 hours, what should be done? What should happen? Without a response, what should be done?
I will put the question back to you.